how it sits right now with no spaces. 20 should be able to bring it out real good. This is factory height. And got a little bit to go. And in the front is even worse than the back. Yeah, the 20 is going to bring it out. I suspect what's going to happen in the front. Seen reports where some people that are lowered, this rubs off right here. Like I said to them, it's just going to sand itself off. It's cosmetic. So this is the front. How it stands. Still sitting pretty. And then walk around. Oh yeah, the carbon fiber hood vent from Elvin Wong. Highly recommend it. I didn't care to videotape that because it was such a quick, easy, straightforward installation. That's how it sits in the back. It's the current stance. Time to get this properly. Vehicle in the air on jack stands. Always use jack stands. Proper mount point is right at the diff. And this is the first one off. Keep my alignment straight. Toe is key. Camber is just natural. And this is the tire that you want. Properly maintained tire. Got the bolt on. I know it's a little bit of controversy about running bolt-ons, but I've been running bolt-ons for years. No issues. The key to this is, and they actually mention it on the installation, check it after 60 miles. So say if you had extended bolts, it's five places of failure versus 10. I mean, more points of failure. It's really a preference. They both, if you install properly and maintain them as such, there's no issue here. One thing that is recommended to do is clean off the rotor right at the hub. I'm just coming from Maryland, so definitely some rust there. Not as bad as some of my other cars, and it might not be as bad as yours, but safe measure. I could probably get away with this, but still gonna brush it off with a steel wire brush. So you just make sure you hold your breath with an aerator or a mask so you don't inhale this, and you'll be able to get it right on. Make sure it seats set appropriately. That way you don't have any wobble, and you shouldn't have any issues with installing these type DRM. And it's fitting as expected. The 60.1 millimeter hub circumference or diameter, one of the two. But this is the one you need for the car. You can see there's no movement, it's centric, and this is key. If you choose to get some knockoff spacers, I got H&R, a very reputable company. Make sure that you have the hub centric. If not, you're asking for problems. You're gonna get wobble. That's really what you don't want to deal with. But I highly recommend getting some H&R, something reputable. There's a brand, it starts with an I can't remember what it's called, but those are good too. Don't cheap out on spacers. I mean, it's the main thing that could fail, and your life is at stake. So choose appropriately. The OEM studs, got one on. Just gonna get started right now. The key to these are torquing them down to the same spec as what your wheel lugs are going to be, lug nuts I should say. 80 foot-pounds is pretty general across the board. Maybe not domestic, but at least Japanese. Every Japanese car I had recommended 80 foot-pounds. So I'll be back after these get torqued down the spec. So I got an impact here. Key to using the impact is not to let it impact. I'm just being lazy right now, not using hand tools, because we're gonna come back around and torque it down to spec anyway. So we're just getting this hand tight, not hand tight, but pretty secure, saving up the time. And the key to getting these installed, this is not an impact socket, but again, this is just to get it screwed on initially. You want to definitely make sure you have something shallow enough, like a shallow wall, I believe it's called, to fit inside here, but H&R did a good job with just the standard. Your impact may not fit in there because it's too bulky or too thick. Something to consider. Probably already know this, but you want to go on a star pattern for a 5-wheel, 5-lug. So I started here, went to this one, gonna go to this one, gonna go to this one, gonna go to this one, blah, blah, blah. Like a few times, make sure everything's torqued down as it should be. That song looks real pretty. Since I got the wheel off, I might as well clean this caliper up a little bit on this inside. Can't really get it when washing the car, but yeah, that's filthy. Not too worried about the brake hardware. That's supposed to get dirty. But this, not so much. It is, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'll torque the spec now. And I'm just show y'all a quick little comparison. This is before it's on the ground. Nice little poke, but the natural camber is gonna bring it in a little bit. It's gonna look real nice. Other side, we'll touch that, that's up next. And I'll show y'all the result on the ground. A2 with the 20 millimeters on the back, and honestly, I don't like it. I hate it. A little bit too much poke here, so looks fine there, but I don't know, man. It just, I'm not a fan. And I just got an alignment a few weeks ago. This one appears to be sticking out a little bit more than this side. So that's a 20. What I'm gonna do is, that side looks decent. But as you can see right here, it's still a little bit too much poke for me. Especially tire sidewall. Trying to get a good angle on it. But yeah, that's, there you go, that's pretty flush with the fender itself, and you can see it's kind of poking out a little too much for my taste. So I still got a 20 millimeter unopened. I'm gonna send those back, put these on the front, and it'll probably be a few weeks before I get the replacement, so I'll keep you all up to date on the final results here. Just finished the front, didn't care to videotape because it's the same process. The only difference that should follow is someone using a brake. The 6-piston brake in the front is enough to keep the hub from spinning when torquing down the spec, 80 square foot-pounds, foot square, whatever. But yeah, this is the end result, a lot better in the front. Yeah, shadow. Take another shadow, but yeah, this is, I would say, proper. And the wheel's a little turned on the inside, but I'm happy with the way this fits compared to the back. So we'll go ahead in the next few weeks, go ahead and get that 15 in the back, but as it sits right now, it's not bad at all. Honestly, the front makes a world of difference already. Makes it look a lot better. Yeah, that's flush. That's the way it should be. thing I am going to look into is the carbon fiber mud guards. Shout out to Bullet's Garage. He mentioned this on one of his videos. And it just goes right here. But the manufacturer doesn't make them anymore, so either I'm going to fabricate my own or find another distributor. Reason being, you can see here, you can kind of see where road debris, rocks can kick up right here. Anticipate a little bit of road wear right there. That being said, the mud guards look really good, and then look good with the carbon fiber setup I have too.
2 weeks later.
Alright, so it's about 2 weeks later. I got back from vacation. I had to replace the 20mm spacers just because it looks stupid. And that's not the look I'm going for. So I went ahead, dug a little bit to find a bolt-on 15mm spacer. And then when I got back from my cruise a week later, couldn't find my lock key, my wheel lock key. Looked everywhere for it. I think what happened was I left it on there and drove right off, so that thing's long gone. Just came back from Lexus of Austin to get a replacement. It was rather cheap. Thought it was gonna be an arm and a leg. I'm sure there was some markup, but I can deal with $18 for my mistake, right? It won't happen again. So, yeah, here goes the 15 inches, 15mm. Here's the finished product, much better than the 20s on the back. Sir, proper, and then BBS is out, as they should be. Oh yeah. Yep. I like this. If you never had spacers before, you can tell immediately the driving characteristics do change in a good way. It's a little further out, so it's not as, it's a little more leverage on the suspension system. Just a little smoother ride. Not necessarily a bad thing at all. Still performs better. You feel the wider track. No complaints. Yeah. No more talking. Poking me. Enjoy. You know, if you have any questions about the video or any room for improvement. Next up will be the side splitters. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.